time, presidential candidate RFK Jr. was trying to get his name removed from the ballot in Wisconsin and Michigan, both key swing states in the race for the White House. This week, the Supreme Court denied his emergency request based in part on the state's arguments that thousands of votes had already been cast on absentee ballots that include his name, and it would be impossible to change things now. Meantime, lawsuits abound in the Commonwealth that could be the electoral ballgame. Pennsylvania. The Republican National Committee is trying to block a rule that would allow people to fill out a provisional ballot on Election Day to cure a faulty mail-in ballot, like failure to place it in a secrecy sleeve or sign and date the outside envelope. Now, the GOP is appealing a decision from the Commonwealth Supreme Court that would allow these provisional ballots to count only when the mail-in ballot is not counted. And as of this taping, the justices have not yet issued a decision. And in Philadelphia, the city's prosecutor has filed suit against Elon Musk over his $1 million giveaway to people who register to vote and sign his petition supporting the First and Second Amendments. Musk has endorsed Trump and continues to support him publicly on the campaign trail and in donations. On Thursday, a Philadelphia judge said he wouldn't immediately block the lawsuit. Judge Angelo Foglietta says he will put the suit on hold while a federal court decides whether to take it up. And on Monday, in yet another key swing state this election cycle, the Nevada Supreme Court said that ballots received without a postmark date can be counted up to 3 days after Election Day. This comes after Republicans, including Trump's campaign, argued that mail-in ballots tend to favor Democrats, so it would be unfair to count those without a clear or any postmark. Nevada's Democratic Secretary of State says the court's decision will allow election administration in Nevada to continue uninterrupted without the risk of disenfranchising voters through no fault of their own. Remember to postmark your ballots, folks. And Donald Trump is suing CBS News for $10 billion in damages over Kamala Harris's interview with 60 Minutes. The vice president appeared on the show earlier this month. Trump's attorney says the show selectively edited her answers in an effort to, quote, tip the scales in favor of the Democratic Party. He said that caused immense harm to him and his campaign.
They took it was a very long answer. It just went on and on, just words, didn't mean anything. 60 Minutes and CBS cut it all out, and they took another answer for a meaningless question, and they put it up there. Do you know that, right? They put it up there. They took it and they put it up, and they replaced an answer that would show that she's not qualified.
Of course, Trump also decided not to sit down with them as well. CBS has rejected claims the interview was doctored. They call the former president's claims completely without merit and said the network intends to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. Meantime, in Maryland, the state's attorney general is taking action against what he calls voter intimidation. AG Anthony Brown sent a cease and desist letter to a voter engagement group sending out mailers that threaten to publicly expose voters' records across the state. Brown says the group called the Voter Participation Center is sending out voter report cards that list voters' names, addresses, and voting records. The group says they will be reviewing these records after the election to determine whether or not you joined your neighbors in voting. In addition to intimidation and being unlawful, Brown says this letter could violate Maryland state law. And straight from the jailhouse to the campaign trail, Steve Bannon spent his first day back in the free world stumping for Donald Trump. Bannon was convicted and sentenced for refusing to comply with a congressional subpoena as part of the Special Select Committee's investigation into the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. He continues to spread the lie that the 2020 election was stolen.